CIS. As Karen said, yes, there's a dropout crisis. So I'm here with PG Give Education, and it's School of the Nation campaign, along with CIS, who is the nation's leading dropout prevention organization, to address and possibly reverse high school dropout rate through mentorship. I founded the Just Keep Livin Foundation 4 years ago, and the help and support of CIS, community and schools, has been a major reason that we've succeeded. It's a major reason why we're expanding now as well. We also have a lot of mentors in our program. Now in our 4th year, we've got some young men and women who graduated that now come back to our class on Tuesdays and Thursdays and mentor the current students in our classes. We also have some students that have gone on, graduated high school, and are mentoring and other independent ventures like Joy. Where's Joy? Joy, was it you were mentoring the Boys and Girls Club of America? Okay. And then you're just doing that on your own. If you want to hear a great story, I'm not going to tell it up here, but she's got a sister. These two have an incredible story of where they were just 2 years ago to where they are now. As far as mind, body, spirit, life, healthy lifestyle, and who and where they're living, they're a great story. We'll get to that another time though. Just Keep Livin Foundation. I got successful, and like most people that can, was looking for a place to share some of my success or share some things I knew, some things I was privileged to have. So I wanted to start a foundation. I didn't know exactly what to do. With the help of some good counsel, I narrowed it down to, I knew I wanted to do something with kids. I didn't know which kids. So I settled on high school kids because I noticed that was sort of the crossroads time of any young person's life. It's a time when we're running out of do-overs. It's a time where we as young men and women are becoming adults. It's a time where we're about to enter the real world. And the real world's a place where the consequences have a much bigger bite. And life's really not giving us any more demerits, so to speak. High school is really the last stand for kids to either learn to make new choices that are going to be healthier. It's also the last stand to remind kids to maintain the healthy choices that they may have already been making. What we're doing in the foundation is empowering the kids to, one, lead active lives, the things like you saw here. 2, make healthy choices in their lives. So that hopefully they become good or even great young men and women in the future. And at the basic level of all of this, which really starts with what CIS Community and Schools is primarily about, graduate high school. We have an after-school program of 14 inner-city high schools where we partner with CIS. The kids exercise, as you saw. They learn nutrition on a budget. What I mean by that is a lot of them live lifestyles where they've been eating, I don't want to call it 6 burgers from the fast food joint. What we've done is tried to show them how for the same price you can go to the grocery store, buy a bag of rice and vegetables and a small piece of meat, have a much healthier meal, and you also maybe enjoy the time cooking with your family, which you weren't doing before, all for the same budget or even less. We discuss life choices for the kids each Tuesday and Thursday in the curriculum. And we have the kids do something that, to my surprise, they actually love doing, and that's give back by doing community service. I was talking with someone earlier, I know when I was in high school, if you wanted me to come and give you my Saturday to go do some community service, I had trouble hearing you. And it's not so with these young men and women. Everybody, 100% is actually, we've had weekends where they showed up at 4 a.m. to take a bus field trip to go pack up food, pack up gifts for armed forces overseas. We've had beach cleanups, we've had neighborhood cleanups, we've had school campus cleanups, and the kids absolutely love it. We also work with each student to set personal goals, health and wellness goals. Now, they reach the goals through exercise, through teamwork, gratitude, healthy life choices. When I say healthy life choices, I mean we try to talk about what are the life choices that give you the best residuals. All right? Residuals in my business is what we call mailbox money. It's not really what I mean when I'm saying residuals as far as life choices for the young men and women. What we try to say is the best choice now may be the hardest choice, maybe the choice that you really don't want to make now, but what's the choice that's going to pay you more back tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year? What's the choice that's going to give you residuals? Delayed gratification. It's a tough thing to think about when you're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You want it now, and you'll deal with the consequences. We like to talk to them about, hey, have a little patience. Make the choice that may not be your favorite right now, but where you're going to be damn glad you did tomorrow. Once they achieve these goals, each student really has a new notion, almost a brand new definition of self-esteem. They're better physically and mentally, more healthy, they're more confident, have better attitudes, much more self-reliant, we've found. And for many for the very first time, when they are looking to the future, or they see it, for the first time, they're actually looking forward to it. I want to give you some examples of how our program's working. Grades and attendance. 82% of the students that were previously being tracked for poor attendance, now that they're in the Just Keep Livin Foundation, have improved their attendance. 89% of students who were being tracked for poor academics have improved their academics since being in the Just Keep Livin Foundation. 87% of the JKL students are passing 5 or more classes. Let's talk about behavior at home and at school. We've received many letters and heard a lot of feedback from our teachers on the ground, and parents coming forward saying that since our sons or daughters have been in your program, they're showing us a lot more respect. They're actually showing themselves a lot more respect. And in school, 93% are behaving well in class. Fitness goals. 95% of the goals that the kids are setting for fitness are being reached. When I say what are those goals, it's different for each young man or woman. We have one girl that has gone from a size 15 to a size 9. We have another girl who had 3 months until the prom, and her sister had the one prom dress that they could afford, but she couldn't fit in it. And she needed to lose about 9 pounds to fit in that dress to go to the prom in 3 months. So that was her goal, and 3 months later, that zipper went up the back and she went to the prom. We also have kids who maybe tried out for the soccer team 2 years in a row, didn't make it, went through our program, and made the soccer team the next year. We have another young man who liked running but wasn't in that good a shape. He's now running full marathons. So the goals, fitness-wise, can change and they're specific to each individual. So with the help of many on my team, with the help of a lot of teachers on the ground, like Missy, volunteers, donations, and especially the young men and women that are in the class, it is working. In the inaugural year, Give Education raised more than $500,000 for CIS through everyday purchases that people like us make. This year, Procter & Gamble wants to beat that number, and they're making it pretty easy for all of us to make that happen. It's called Buy, Get, Give. It's very simple. If you buy $25 worth of a Procter & Gamble product, you will get a $5 rebate. Procter & Gamble will then give $5 to CIS, community schools, on your behalf. That's simple. Buy, get, and give. That's what we're here about today. That's how you can take action.